Hello, everyone. This is recording number 8 for my Intro to Philosophy and AI. I turn to issues about intelligence and thinking. But I don't want to ask immediately, can AI think? Or what are we even talking about when we say artificial intelligence? Researchers often try to make these issues a bit more tractable by assuming that if AI can do what human beings can do, then AI can think and is intelligent. And here the assumption is, well, we can think and we are intelligent. But you might still think that that involves a lot of complicated issues because it is also hard to say, well, what is human intelligence and what is human thinking? So you might think you want to make things even more tractable, as it were. Well, it does seem that we plausibly talk about human beings having beliefs and desires. And belief and desire are somewhat technical terms here. So, belief is holding true. When you believe something, you take it to be the case, or you hold something to be true. Desire is, all the kinds of wishing, willing, wanting types of attitudes. So, assuming that that is what we can plausibly say about human beings, and we sort of know what we are saying, we think human beings have beliefs and desires. Now, starting from this, let's say you hear the following conversation. Someone talks about an LLM, and they say, as if that was the most natural thing to say, well, the LLM believes such and such, or maybe even it wants such and such. And then someone else responds and says, hey, you cannot just ascribe belief and desire to an LLM. Those are human mental states, and what they are has something to do with human psychology, maybe even with how we move around in the world. So it just doesn't make sense to ascribe belief and desire to an LLM. After all, an LLM is a next token predictor. And you might think that, well, here the conversation ends. But it doesn't have to. There is an influential framework in cognitive science that is used in a lot of research, which is called the predictive processing framework. And according to that framework, human brain activities can be analyzed in terms that involve next token prediction. So now it may seem that AI and human beings are, as it were, in the same position. We can talk about what's going on in both cases in terms of next token prediction. But then you might say, well, but I'm not going to stop in, how I talk about human beings having beliefs and desires. But maybe you have now, as it were, implicitly drawn a distinction, and maybe that distinction has been implicit sort of from the get-go. A distinction between what you can ascribe, what you can say, plausibly say and ascribe, on the one hand, and on the other hand, the internal mechanism. So in this case, brain activity, let's say. But if we can use that distinction with regard to human beings, then wouldn't we also be able to use it with regard to AI? That is a question that I want to pursue in the next recordings.